And I said, if there's anybody who is an expert on, botched surgeries and like motel mutilation, it's TS Madison. Tyler Perry, if that wasn't enough, he went even further and he has casted not only a trans person, Tiera, he's casted what some people would say is the trans person.
Correct.
Okay, so if you had told me, some years back, Tyler Perry was going to be working with an ex-star who is transgendered and, proudly LGBT, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and then that person would be TS Madison, I would say, you get out my face. But it makes sense because TS Madison, she's now working with plenty of drag queens. So it makes sense that she would be working with Tyler Perry now too. Now, when TS Madison popped up in this series, I couldn't help but think a few things. Number one, I said, oh, Tiara's gonna love this. She loves T.S. Madison's genre of humor, right? So I was like, oh, that's gonna be fun to talk about. And then I said, you know what's crazy is that you and I had a conversation about Tyler Perry reaching out to experts, reaching out to people who know about what they're talking about and can advise him on stuff. And I said, if there's anybody who is an expert on, botched surgeries and like motel mutilation, it's T.S. Madison.
I mean, you might be saying that as a read, but she would be the first one to agree.
I'm not saying it as a read.
She would be the first one to agree with that. She would be the first one to tell you that she had back alley implants, or what do you call it? What is it called? Injections.
Fix a flat.
Yeah, she always talks about this. So I actually have to agree with that. I was like, if there were ever a person to play this character, it's her. And often, I shouldn't say often, but there are cases that are like pretty famous, well-known like news stories of trans women being nurses and giving these injections. So for her to play that was actually spot on. I'm not going to lie. That was spot on. I knew she was in this because I watched her, but I didn't know what the role was. And so when, again, because the episodes are so long and drawn out, when they kept talking about girl getting her body done, I said, oh, okay, that's got to be the character that Maddie is playing because y'all have said this 100 times. And now I've had time to think about it. It wasn't even a surprise. Because they just kept going on and on and on and on.
And so for me, I just was so glad that Tyler was reaching out to experts of, what the scene called for.
Well, and expert, because there were other areas where he could have called experts and he didn't.
This is true.
Let's be real.
Because
let's be real.
There's two sides to this. You pick somebody who knows how it goes and can advise you on stuff like that. But then there's also the downside, and that is that T.S. Madison, you ain't no actor. At all. At all.
Okay. Get over there on the table and pull those panties down and those pants and let me do my damn job.
When that scene came up and they was supposed to come in and jump Kimmy, I said, get out of here. There's a scene where they go and they confront Kimmy and T.S. Madison got this hoodie on and they supposed to be stomping Kimmy out or whatever. First of all, the beating that Kimmy got, I was like, okay, anybody can get up from that. That's number one. But number two, when T.S. Madison ran out that door and her little legs at the bottom and all that fix-a-flat at the top, I screamed. I said, why did she run out that door like that? But baby, you ain't no actor. This ain't it. I know that group Grammy that you got probably swelled your head up even more. But I'm here to tell you,
all right, chill out.
This is trash. This is trash.
Chill out.
Tiara can defend you all day long. This acting was horrible. I was glad that I thought that Tyler, I was like, okay, he chose the right person for this until you started speaking. And I said, oh God, never mind. You should have just chose an actor. You should have just chose someone who could act. There was no reason for this. Horrible. What are your thoughts?